One family, one people, one planet, one love. One family, one people, one planet, one love. One family.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to SoulCall Sunday. It is so bright in here. The only thing, the sun is eclipsed by the beauty of the bright lights that are in here this morning. Welcome, everybody. How sweet. Are you all set? Not only is it going to be the eclipse tomorrow, it's like the solar alignment. Have you seen this? Yeah. All of the planets are lining up, and it's like in dyads. So the harmonic resonance of what's about to happen on Monday is going to be quite substantial. Whether you're into it or not, you're definitely going to feel a vibrational shift. It's a really lovely time to set an intention. And if your intention is purely to live by your soul's calling, that's what we're after here at SoulCall Global. I'm just going to put this over there. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to SoulCall. As you know, we meet in person once a month, the first Sunday of every month. Thank you all for remembering, which is really nice. Some of our people are driving to different places to go see that solar eclipse, and we wish you well with that. And it's going to be a really cool week. One of the other things that happened that was very special in the middle of the week is on the 4th anniversary of SoulCall Global. So that was a really big thing, but it also happened to coincide with, I realize this, but SoulCall was actually founded in 1999. So it's our 25th anniversary, people. So you can clap for that if you want. And so, today's talk is going to be called Door of My Heart. And it was a vision that I had when I was 9 years old about SoulCall. I didn't know the name SoulCall, I just saw the thing. And nearly 30 years ago, I got clear about how to bring it to fruition, what it is. And so it was following my soul's calling, but to find my soul's calling, I needed to enter through the door of my heart. So it's like through the passion of who you are, what makes you come alive, like Howard Thurman. Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. And so I love how this coincides with the solar eclipse, but also the planetary alignment. Because get into alignment with yourself, body, mind, spirit. And so that's what we're going to talk about more today. But first, we're going to start off. We've got Jessie Powers here, and she's going to do a welcome song. We don't usually do this, but come on over to the frame. Stand right in front of me, and I'm going to get right behind you. This is how we do it.
Little camera. It almost followed you.
I know.
All right. Good morning. We're going to do a little Eddie Watkins Jr. song that you all know, I'm sure. So feel free to sing along. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Raise your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together.
So a very exciting thing with SoulCall Global as we transition from every week, meeting together in person every Sunday, we're transitioning into what SoulCall Global was designed to do, was more of the creativity, arts, education, healing arts, meditation, contemplation, all of these things. And so next Sunday, right here in this very room, is our Sunday Jazz Brunch.
Woo!
And Jessie Powers and her trio. What's the name of it?
Peregrine Jazz Trio.
Peregrine Jazz Trio, right here. You can get your tickets at soulcallglobal.org. And I think we might try to live stream it too, since we got the microphone hitch working. We may or may not, but you need to be here and you need to register to get your ticket because there are only going to be like 50 seats. So, and they're selling really fast, I'm happy to report. So brunch is included, coffee, tea, drinks, and delicious food. Some of you were here last time, wasn't it awesome?
Yes.
Not just because I was a singer last time, but so this is going to be happening once a month. We're going to be do a jazz brunch. And then mark your calendars also, skipping ahead to May. It's going to be Asian Heritage Month. But right here at the Dempsey, we're going to have another art exhibit. And it's going to be Asian-themed art curated by Sifu Helen Yi. And she's already got how many people? How many artists?
7 to confirm, 8 total.
Yeah, 8 artists and their work. So that'll be Friday night, May 4th. And the gallery will be set up. We'll have music as well. And it was amazing last time. It's just really a great, great opportunity to support artists. And the art will hang in the halls of the Dempsey here for a couple weeks at least. And then we'll have a closing too. So mark your calendars. Lots of really cool things happening. Speaking of Sifu Helen Yi, we're going to begin this morning's Soul Call the way we do every Soul Call with a practice of Qigong. It's an internal system. It really helps us to get energized and into alignment, body, mind, spirit. So welcome, Helen.
Thank you.
Darn it.
I should be in front of you.
Yeah, get in front of me.
Yes, it worked. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I should try to get this way. Okay, well, as Lisa was saying, let's set an intention today and really focus inward. Qigong is all about the energy and trying to align with, another word that Lisa used this morning, align with our energy and our pathways and bringing that life force from externally in the cosmos, the universe, into our own bodies. Okay, so from here, go ahead and relax your shoulders, close your eyes, really bring the mind's thoughts within, feeling your breathing, appreciating the air going in and the air exhaling. Allow your cells to be open to the feeling of the qi. From here, slowly open your eyes and float your arms up as if 2 helium balloons are attached to the wrists. And then from here, opening up the Lao Gong points, which is in the middle of your palms. And now with your mind's vision, bring in that energy of qi coming in from the horizon, draw it into the body, feel it connecting with your own inner qi. From here, hold the qi in and then extend the arms again, making yourself connecting to all the cosmos. Drawing again with your mind's focus. Feel it with your emotion. That whole appreciation of gratitude, the fullness of that life force energy coming in. Again, hold the qi in, extending the arms, relaxing the wrists, bring your arms parallel to the body, and now opening the Lao Gongs in this direction. Feel that sensational, beautiful light of energy coming in to the Lao Gong. Draw it into the body. Feel that fullness of qi. Extending the arms again, all the way out to the cosmos, connecting with the microcosmic universe of your own chi. Drawing it in, feel the expansion. Extending out again. Relax the wrists, slowly float the arms down, bringing that vitality within the body. Relaxing the shoulders. And now, connect with that emotion of appreciation and gratitude. Feel the essence of that vibration, lifting your frequency higher. Putting a smile on your face. Remember this feeling throughout your day. Thank you very much.
Go.
That's it.
Okay. We're smarter. Thank you, Jess. So taking that into meditation now to allow yourselves to integrate all of that chi. So just sit in a meditation posture if you're comfortable with both feet on the floor, palms turned upward at the juncture of the thighs and the abdomen, keeping your spine straight. And a good way to do that is you just gently touch your shoulder blades together and then relax them. The chin parallel to the floor. And gently lift the gaze to the point between the eyebrows, the third eye, the superconscious space. Just following the breath, take a deep breath in. Just hold it for about 3 seconds, and then exhale like a double exhale. And one more deep breath in. Hold, double exhale. Then one more. Deep breath in, hold, and a double exhale. I'd like to read, just keeping your consciousness inward. This is a poem written by Paramahansa Yogananda. Really have launched me into a deeper path more than 35 years ago. It's called Samadhi. And this is where we're taking it in. Vanished are the veils of light and shade. Lifted the vapors of sorrow. Sailed away the dawn of fleeting joy. Gone the mirage of the senses. Love, hate, health, disease, life and death departed. These false shadows on the screen of duality. Waves of laughter, silhouettes of sarcasm, whirlpools of melancholy, melting in the vast sea of bliss. Be still is the storm of Maya, just delusion. By the magic wand of intuition deep, the universe, a forgotten dream, lurks subconsciously. Ready to invade my newly wakened memory divine, I exist without a cosmic shadow, but it could not live bereft of me. As the sea exists without the waves, but they breathe not without the sea. Dreams, wakings, states of deep sleep, present, past, future, no more for me, but the ever-present, all-flowing I everywhere, consciously enjoyable, beyond the imagination of all expectancy, is this my Samadhi state. beyond the imagination of all experience, is this, my samadhi state. Planets, stars, stardust, earth, volcanic bursts of doomsday cataclysms. Creation's melding furnace. Glaciers of silent X-rays. Burning floods of electrons. Thoughts of all humans, past, present, and future. Every blade of grass, myself and all. Every particle of creation's dust. Anger, greed, good, bad, salvation, lust. I swallow up, transmuting them into one vast ocean of the blood of my own being. Smoldering joy, oft puffed by unceasing meditation, which blinded my tearful eyes, burst into eternal flames of bliss, and consumed my tears, my peace, my frame, my all. Thou art I am thou. Knowing, knower, known as one. I, a tiny bubble of laughter, have become the sea of mirth itself. Jessie Powers, once again, she's going to be here next week in concerts, featured with her band. Why can't I keep
Peregrine.
Peregrine, like the
Peregrine
falcon,
Falcon.
like the falcon. We used to watch the Peregrine Falcons, the harbingers of spring, from the top of the Gulf Tower when I lived in Pittsburgh. It was quite fun. Let us know where you're joining in from this afternoon, this morning. What time is it? We love to see you wherever you are, and if you're watching later, we welcome you once again to SoulCall Global. And celebrating our fourth, what I call the mic drop moment. Our fourth anniversary of this variation of the theme of SoulCall Global, when in fact, SoulCall is 25 years old. We started in 1999. We were inspired by the song by Prince. Thinking about all those things, talking about the door of my heart, a beautiful song, Jesse, thank you so much. Paramahansa Yogananda had and still does, a chant that we sing with our kirtan group, door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. And at first when I started to sing that, you know how sometimes you'll get involved in something and you'll start singing it, and you realize it's taking you inward, and then a transition takes place, and then you're someplace else, and the thing means something different. I thought when I was singing, open wide I keep for thee, it was implying that there was something from the outside that needed to come in. When I realized through years of meditation, not that it's going to take anybody years, but for me it did, I'm surprised it even happened. When you open from the inside, it was a door that went inside and not out, and it was something coming in through the door of my soul to the outside. And so that's what SoulCall was founded upon, the premise and the realization, actually, the divine realization that we all have within us that sacred spark of the infinite. Each one of us, our souls marry our ego self in a way. And when we live more by that inner light, more by those soul qualities, and the realization and the alignment, the knowing, I am known, I am knower, I am knowing, I am one. From that sacred center, life gets a lot easier. Even when it's really challenging, it's easier. So I wrote a couple things down this morning when I was contemplating on what I was going to share with you this morning with regard to SoulCall. In my coaching practices, when I talk with people that I'm working with, I always like to talk about the years that I spent as a coaching sports. And I would say things to them like, who's on your team? If you're the coach, the hardest thing I had to do was cut players. Nobody likes to cut players. It's hard to do. It's hard when you think this is the end of it for them. But when you start to realize, when I started to realize it's the beginning of something else. This is not your thing, the way we want to do it, like the level of play that's here, you can probably get hurt if I put you on the team. But there is something else that you're excellent at. And we would always make those other players that got cut, we would make them managers or scorekeepers, or you could always be part of the team. But how do you utilize the players that are filtering into your life? And in your game of life, as the coach of your own team, the manager, when it comes time to cut someone, you got to be able to be clear about it, right? You can be on the team of life, you could be but you can't play first base. You can't be the battery of the team. I can't put you in baseball position as like the pitcher or the catcher, because it's not the place where you fit most. So it's not a judgy thing. It's what am I trying to accomplish and what do I need to accomplish this thing? And the biggest point to the soul's calling and the door of the heart is if you always keep your heart open to your soul will guide you to the things you need to know when you need to know them. With great compassion. Compassion is a soul quality. And it starts with compassion of self. So it's more like a process of becoming your own best friend. If you're the best friend to another person, and they're going through a challenging time, some of the things you might suggest, do that for yourself. Give yourself the connection to your soul through meditation practices. That's one of the big things. And so I was one of these people that always kind of knew what it was that I wanted to do. Anybody else kind of have a vision for, I know exactly what I want to do. I know who I am, I know what I'm doing. And even with that, I will say, I knew what I was doing and how to stay connected to Source, which something, must have happened in a past life, because I don't know how that happened, but I knew that no matter what I got into in the process, I was always going to stay connected. And I was never alone. I felt like it always watched me, and I always watched it. So when I saw the Bhagavad Gita, maybe I was born in India in the last life, I don't know. But he who watcheth me always, I never lose sight of him, her, them, nor does she ever lose sight of me. And that's how I felt. It just melted me into like a puddle of white light. I just felt so loved because it was a realization. Did you ever have a realization and then find it in a book? Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so it's here for all of us then. Not one of us is here to hold all the wisdom. And when we find it in books, it's just to remind us, yeah, we all have this spark of the infinite. And helping us to find our soul's calling and helping each other along the way to that is how we live our best lives and encourage others to do the same. So then we come to the realization it's not a competition. It's a complementary activity. So complementing one another rather than competing with one another. You know, another thing as a coach, another analogy was playing at varsity level sports and then coaching at a level like that. Sometimes we get players from the community and they were all the shortstop because they were all really good. Well, we only need one shortstop coaching fast-pitch softball, right? So everybody can't play shortstop. So then I start looking for other qualities that are necessary for the other skilled positions, which are all of them. Can this person run? Do they have an arm that they can throw? Like, what is their reflex? Maybe this person has got great reflexes, and what, Jay? They should play third base. The hot corner, because if not, you get your face smashed, right? So, and that's no fun. So it's just like looking like this. As a coach in your own life, somebody might present and say, I'd like to help you with this. Then you can look at, what do I need at this moment? Oh, you know what I need? I don't need that right now, but I need this. When you're building a vision. So SoulCall, the reason I'm talking like this is, over the years I recognize all the teams who have graduated and more have come in their place. And so from my heart to the hearts of all of you, I want to say thank you for everyone over 25 years who have done amazing things. When we first started SoulCall, we did a lot of work in homeless shelters. We did a lot of work in domestic violence shelters, and particularly foster care centers. So weekends were spent with my nieces and nephews. We would go into foster care centers and paint them. Because when you walked into them, you could see that they had this leftover battleship green stuff from World War II, and that's what they painted the walls. So it's already challenging enough for these young people to experience the life that is very uncertain, but then to walk into a place that makes you feel like you've done something wrong. That I had a problem with that. And then we had muralists come in and paint scenery on, we'd have rooms we created, contemplation rooms, creativity rooms. And some of these rooms are really small, but Carolyn Wenning was the one, she would come in and paint these gorgeous murals of outdoor water scenes, like a riverbank. So you'd step into a whole other place in time that you felt like you were someplace else for a minute. Brought in drum circles, music, things like this to help get it out. Drum circles were great. I mean, so that's how we started and evolved over the years, and then started with this mic drop moment. I was talking to Helen the other day, and I was saying, I'm not sure what you were doing on May 13th, 2020. The day the music died. We had to stop. Like, nobody was supposed to go out to the clubs, the NCAA championship basketball tournaments, everything was canceled except one performance at the Blue Velvet Room in downtown Columbus with a band of, I don't even know why we were there, but we refused to not do the gig. So we were the only ones there. Helen was there, and one other person that decided they were going to go out too. So we were out doing something we were told not to do, which is not, it's not like not typical of me. So I thought, okay, so it's consistent. I've always done things I wasn't supposed to do. But how about you? When somebody said, that's impossible, you'll never do that. Did you ever have somebody tell you you can't really do that? Have you done it? Did you believe them? Yet anyone? No. Yeah, everybody's shaking their heads. No, we didn't believe them. We just did it anyway. And so it reminded me of a song called Crazy He Calls Me. It's the lyric is, I say I'll move the mountains, and I'll move the mountains. If you want them out of the way, But it's crazy, he calls me. Sure, I'm crazy, crazy in love is all. But in the middle of that, the B section is, the difficult I will do right now. The impossible will take a little while. And so I think that's kind of the theme of SoulCall. The difficult, we'll just do that right now. The impossible, gonna need a minute. Right? In consciousness, there is no such thing as time. As that poem Samadhi was alluding to, there's no such thing as all of it. There is and there isn't. And you'll kind of become like shifting gears on consciousness all the time. Like, where am I right now? Once you start to realize that the universe is inside of you, every experience is recorded inside of us. Not in a good way or a bad way or one that'll stay. The negative experiences, the challenges we have, are temporary. So those are the ones that will float out. But the things that remind us of the light, they get deeper in to illuminate the way in. Does that make sense? So it's like a flashlight going inward. You might have to have an experience here, but that's a temporary crutch. You let that go. It's kind of like launching a rocket ship. You see the boosters, the rocket launchers, fuel boosters, sending it up into space, and then they fall off of the ship, and it just keeps going. So these experiences, they're like challenging, that require you push through, or something's really pushing against you hard. Those are the ones that'll float away. They don't get locked in our bodies. They are the ones that can float out the more light we fill in with. They float out. But the positive experiences, the ones that remind you of your true essence and nature, they stay inside. And they help to light the way. They're just like solar lights on a path. This is the way. And they're happy memories. And when you think of them, they light up your whole body. One smile can light up the sky, can light up the universe. What can you do with a love like that, Hafez? One moon shines more light than 1,000 stars. So it's like that moon. So this eclipse, the reason I think it's an auspicious weekend with all of the things lining up with SoulCall's anniversary and planetary alignment, as we said, if you look at them, they're in dyads and they're not in order. The way the planets are coming to line up, they're not like lined up directly from the sun out. It's this one, these two, and these two in the sky, like being a line. But the vibrations of each one of those are like instruments in the universe. They're going to be playing a symphony. So if you find a place where you can sit and be really still, and try not to listen with your ears, but just turn from the inside and say things like, the universe is inside of me. The universe is inside of me. You'll hear the music of the spheres. It's how we write music. It's not that it's not there, you just walk into them sometimes. Like, some of them are like spider's webs, right? Like you walk into it and you can't back out. You need to sit down and write it immediately. Others you can loop and come back for later. But it's around us and within us all the time. That's the cool thing. So I say, somewhere between, the path you're taking, somewhere between going and knowing is growing. Write that down. That's one of my quotes. Somewhere between going and knowing is growing. And that's that path that we follow. The growth period can be a little intense. None of us remembers this, I don't think, but like teenagers, sometimes their bodies hurt like mad when they're growing, the growth spurts, all this kind of stuff. Growing pains, you hear that often said. But I like what Helen says, like, no pain, no pain. It doesn't have to hurt. If we allow it its flow and allow it its proper place in our cosmos, in our universe, if we allow it its proper place, it'll go around and then it'll come back around. Like spiral dynamics teaches what nature is. Everything is a spiral. Watching your flowers grow, watching anything come up from or out of anything right now, it's a spiral. There's nothing that raindrops spiral down. Everything's a spiral. So it's the fundamental shape of the universe. And so just because you get through one experience with this thing and you think you've got it mastered, maybe you do, but you can be sure it'll come back around, but you've both evolved. It'll be a little bit more refined. So that's not to say it's never ending. It's not. It's to say it's a process of becoming centered in the soul, seated with perfect poise, perfect love, perfect harmony. And allowing ourselves and supplying ourselves with the things that we need to know how to stay in balance. So becoming more introspective. Why am I so off the mark today? Well, what did I do yesterday? Oh, you know what, it was 2 days ago. This is what happened. So just doing the best we can. Sometimes it's impossible, but always recognizing that there's some deeper love, a deeper energy that is boundless, limitless, and retraining our brains, our minds, to expand wide enough to accommodate that intelligence, and not believing if you drink coffee after 7 o'clock at night, you're going to be awake all night. No, I'm not. I don't. If I want it, I drink it and I go to sleep, right? People could say, well, that's just you, but not me. Well, why not you? Well, why? All I'm trying to say is give it a try. Try to reprogram your own consciousness with things. Don't believe everything you hear. That's a whole story for another time. But a door of your heart. So think about for a minute. Just take a second to pause. Like, what brings you bliss and joy? Anyone want to shout something out? What brings you joy? Softball season's coming. Singing. Softball?
Yeah.
Music?
Music.
Music?
Dog.
Dog. I knew there would be one dog, though. She got back there.
Puzzles.
Puzzles?
Yeah.
There you go. Whatever it is. Laura, you have one?
Being in the woods.
Being in the woods, beautiful.
Reading.
Reading. Nice.
Walking.
Walking?
Yeah.
Talking? Joy. What brings you joy? Yes, please. Like, more of this, please. And just say it to the universe. Like what you say, like what goes around comes around, it's what you say. Bring it right back to you. It's the vibration of everything. There's a fundamental vibration in the universe, and we can participate. I'm doing it right now. As we said before, my voice is being carried to your ears on what? There's no wire between us. It's something in the air. In the air tonight, right? There's something that carries this force. I was reading an article briefly this past week about black holes, and how what they being the scientists and the astronomers thought about black holes is completely not true. They've proven it. Einstein kind of knew it, but at the realization of this, it freaked him out because there was no... And what the basic premise of it is a black hole, anything that has gravity can be sucked up by a black hole, including light. Light gets sucked up through a black hole. So for many decades it was perceived that light was just an intangible thing that we couldn't truly touch, hold, experience, but light has enough weight to it to still get sucked up by a black hole. It's like, that's very interesting. You just upset me. Where are you going with this? Where are we going with this? That means there must be something more beyond the light that carries images across them. It's why we can see each other. It's why we see colors. Beyond the sun's light, the solar eclipse, use this opportunity of the eclipse to go deep into your soul's light. That is the one that does not get swallowed up by a black hole or covered by the moon or the sun. None of those things come into play. The only thing that comes into play is your bliss and what brings you joy. So play with that and recognize that you are lighter than a black hole. You're astral in the center, which is cosmic light. I'm doing this because you can't even, it's not even silty. Like it's nothing and everything. So to be able to perceive the infinite, as he says in the Bhagavad Gita, as I am, he, she, it, whatever it is, it's not a male or a female. It's everything, and then some. We need to really practice going deep. Use the eclipse, the illusion of all of it. It's like, I'm going to block the light from it, and now what are you going to do? And you can still see it with these fancy glasses, but you don't need fancy glasses. All you have to do is close your eyes and look to this point between the eyebrows. And just say, reveal thyself. I want to know you, O Infinite One, as you are, as I am. I don't want anything else. You'll start to see a different world. And not to depress anybody either, but like, you'll find joy in things, but there's nothing like the joy and the bliss of your soul. You can't eat enough ice cream, I've done that talk, you can't pet enough dogs, you can't squeeze enough people, like you just can't get it from the senses. You can get a lot from the senses, and we are all interconnected and we need each other. We definitely do. But that's just to amplify the light and to amplify the love. So wherever you are, know that you are a sacred secret in the solar system of life. But don't be a best-kept secret. Come in stealth like the sun. Shine like the stars, and bring your constellation, your cosmic imprint of love to everything you do in your unique way. And recognize it's then that you'll be like dancing with the spirit of the infinite. So, yeah, once again, I want to thank everyone who's supported SoulCall. I'm not going to name names because that always gets people into trouble. But I am going to just say too, like Christy Hardwick, thank you for being the co-pilot on the Sundays. I love you so much. And I want to thank Judith Hook for her support and getting us started. Natalia Zuckerman, my right arm in all of this, and the right part of my heart, I'm not sure, but my partner in so many different things. Helen coming in, doing the beautiful Qigong. Everybody in this room who's volunteered at different points and times. Care and Michelle, and everybody who spearheads all of the volunteer. Lisa with the snacks, Jesse, so I'm naming names. Everyone in this room and out there, wherever you are, your donations and contributions really help us do amazing work. So one of the things that we have coming up, we're going to do a food drive later in the summer. We kicked it back a little bit because we realized July is really a struggle for some kids who aren't in school, they don't eat. So we're going to do that later in July. But there's a group, there are a couple organizations I found that we're going to work together with during our Jazz Up the Holidays events, and they're primarily revolving around foster care centers and kids. So we're going to be back on that train, bringing creativity, arts, expression, science, and things like that to kids. They're going to learn how to make solar power generators, their own. Isn't that cool? Robots. And they're going to learn how to just enjoy life and get their expression out. So all of your contributions make that possible. So on the way out, we're not going to pass the bucket in here, but there's a collection bucket in the back that says blessed. We appreciate your contributions. It helps us do what we do. And we thank you out there. SoulCallglobal.org/donate is the way you can contribute. And we're going to have Jesse play another song, and then I'm going to recap all of the great things we have coming up very soon with SoulCall. Then we'll do a little prayer too. So shine your soul song, everybody.
Is this the last one I'm doing of the day?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just keep it upbeat then. This is my song called Beautiful Day. You've all heard it. I wake up early to the morning sun. I don't know how it does it every day. It rises up and then it falls again. Born only to die away. Look in the mirror and I see myself. I don't know how I do it every day. Standing on this big blue rock. What? Oh, did it follow me?
Come back, Jesse. Baby, come back. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get in front of you.
Yeah, you gotta get in front of me.
You get in front of me. Okay, go ahead. Let's see what happens.
Did it work?
Yeah.
It stopped stalking me, camera.
I always feel my... So, the poem I read during the meditation is from Songs of the Soul by Paramahansa Yogananda, and it was called Samadhi. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. It goes on a little further. Once again, I want to thank everyone for being here with us this morning on our anniversary. So nice. I got a lot of emails and texts and things from people, some who wanted to be here but are on their way to go take in the eclipse from someplace else. So that's always fun. But wherever you are, make sure you take your glasses along. And remember, nothing eclipses the light of your soul. That's the one. Everything else is a giant, it's a facade. It's not real, people. It's all done with mirrors. But what is real is the thing that you take with you. Life after life, I will sing this song. Om, om, om. So my deepest wish for you as we start into our 5th year and our 26th year as SoulCall is that you find that calling of your soul. It's not lost and it's not forgotten, and you don't even have to look for it. Just be what makes you joy. Be what makes you happy as often as possible. And if it's not fun, just don't do it. I mean, we're adults now. Like kids, you had to learn how to like tie your shoe, and that didn't seem fun until you get the muscle of, oh, if I spend a little time with certain things, I can get proficient at them and I can have more fun. But do what makes you, what brings you joy. And that's through the door of your heart. And that's also the same door that you can call the cosmic infinite love through. And it's, when you meditate on it, just put all of your focus on your heart and just say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And just feel it start to open. It'll crack you wide open. And you'll never be the same. Not that you all need to change, I'm just saying. But you'll just open, and then more of that'll come, and you'll just like you'll just ooze it. People won't be able to take it. It'll be nice. So there's that. Once again, next Sunday, 11:30 is our Sunday jazz brunch, and Jesse Powers and the Peregrines were going to be here for us. So 11:30 to 12:30, we're going to eat food. We're going to nourish our bodies. And then from 12:30 to 1:45, we're going to nourish our souls dancing in the light. You can get your tickets, and you need to have a ticket to come because we have a cutoff. We can only fit so many people in this place, but it's awesome. SoulCallGlobal.org, Sunday Jazz Brunch. Tickets are on sale right now. Bring a friend. And so that's next week. May 4th, we're going to be having our another art opening here at the Dempsey. It's the Arts on Display at Dempsey Event Center, and Helen is our curator for that. It's going to be celebrating Asian Heritage Month with an Asian art exhibit with 8 different artists. So there's that. And then our kirtan is coming up on April 17th, right here in this room. Live kirtan chanting. We live stream it also. We got our sound dialed in, so if you can't make it in person, you can live stream it from wherever you are, but try to come in person. It's really a great vibration to be in, meditation and music. So wherever you are on the planet, I just want to say thank you for making this possible. I want to thank Aiden for making the live stream possible. We love you, Aiden. Let's give us, he's a little unsung hero in the background, showing up every Sunday, a brilliant human, and we appreciate you so much. And anyone else whose name I forgot, this is why you don't do it. I'd like to thank the infinite. I'd like to thank all. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so wherever you are on the planet, remember that light that shines from within is the one. And always remember, you are loved. Peace and blessings. Thank you.
One family, one people, one planet, one love.